Hello everybody, welcome to the Dutch Grand Prix. There are 2 rounds to go and it's getting really interesting here because Alberto Ascari, if he gets a podium and no one else scores, who's up against him, he could clinch the title today. But at the same point, Piero Taruffi and Robert Manzon, they're not far off of catching up and staying in the thing though. Either of them would need to win today, but they are the 2 who are at the front. So that bodes well for them. Farina in 3rd, he will be keen to get a victory as well. Of course, Farina not won since 1950, although he has been picking up a few podiums lately. Ascari himself in 4th place. That puts him on the 2nd row here. So, but Ascari in 4th, he'll be hoping to be able to do something. And then you got Transignon in the Gordini behind. Then you got Fischer, Villoresi, Simon. So Villoresi has worked his way back into a competitive position. Throughout a hard-fought German Grand Prix, and although he didn't get any points there, he is only 3 places behind Alberto Ascari on the starting grid, so that bodes potentially well for Luigi Villoresi. We think, although there's still the 2 main drivers and the main 2 in it, Manzon and Taruffi, they have a chance if they can get the result today, and the grid lineup potentially favours them to stay in it, so staying in it is the first goal of both drivers there. Can Manzon and simcagordini take a 2nd victory in a row? We didn't expect to see it happen in Nürburgring, but it did, and it's the next race on from that. I think they could well have a chance. Taruffi will need to find his upper level to stay in it. Let's see what he can do. And then you've got the likes of Farina, who will want to get a chance to get on the winner's sheet as well. Should be a good race. So it is damp. It is going to dry up, but they're all on wet tyres in a minute. So they will at some point need to come in and change them. That might mean that no one finishes the race, but we'll see. Manzon is away well. And then you have, Farina, I think, made a strong start. Got up in the 2nd place. I think he's ahead of Taruffi. And having a look at the simcagordini. Manzon and Farina's just caught in there, and Taruffi, Manzon, in a slight little slide. Well, these 1952 cars are tricky to handle at the best of times. So Manzon has made a 2nd mistake. This time he wasn't touched, but he went up here at the curb, and Robert Manzon, his World Championship hopes will now virtually be over. And one of the, I think that's the Cooper or an Alta, has gone into the back of Manzon. Manzon is okay, but Poor in the Connaught, it's a Connaught. Well, Poor is out of the race. So Robert Manzon's World Championship hopes all but over here, as he has dropped right down into the midfield. Farina has a prize opportunity now. Farina is in the lead of the race. You've got Transignon in 3rd. I think is it still Taruffi in 2nd? Yes, it is. Ascari is in 4th place, and then you've got Simon in 5th, running ahead of Fischer and Villoresi. Villoresi yet to make progress, and he will want to try to make it somehow in this race, this Dutch Grand Prix.
Ferrari.
Transignon, simcagordini's main hope now of continuing to stay up there. Ferrari, they're going to bring cars out in the pits. Now this is where it's going to get interesting. What happens? Farina has made a mistake. Farina is off. Similar to Manzon, threw away the lead, and Farina, that was the point. Oh, and he's taken off another Ferrari. I think that was Fischer. Farina has taken Fischer off. Villoresi moves up to 6th place, but still not on the points yet. Here we go. Let's who is pitting. Taruffi stays out. Transignon is in, and I think Ascari and Farina, well, all those Ferraris who are in the top 5 have gone out, have come in, and that means Villoresi is back to his old strategy of staying out, and Villoresi moves up into 2nd place. So really good potentially for Luigi Villoresi. This might put him back in the Championship League going to the final race. I think Ascari is going to come out something like 8th or 9th. There's absolute chaos and bedlam in that pit lane, and a lot of those cars have fallen back. We shall see, because they might have to fight back now, because we know that a lot of these cars like to stay out, but it's getting so dry. Can they stay out on wets? They might have to come in. At least, well, I'll tell you something though that I've only just noticed. That's Rogerlaurent in 2nd, by the way, at the moment. He's past Villoresi. So, yeah, something I've only just noticed is that the cars went in, pitted, and they come out again. So we have a normal race with pit stops by the looks of it. The cars aren't just pulling them to the pits and pulling out. So this is going to be a really good race, because we're going to have some cars finish it by the looks of it. And there is Villoresi very determinedly hunting Rogerlaurent now. really wants to try get up there. Ascari is up behind the Grafenried. Can't afford to get held up behind that Maserati for too long. Needs to try and make the move because this is damaging his championship hopes with Villoresi seemingly in position. If Villoresi was to finish in third. Oh, that's a big off. Who is that? That's Manzon is off again. He's got back into the top 6 and he's off again. Fisher was there. Is that Villoresi who's off? Or is that Rogerlaurent? Let's see. Taruffi leads across the line. Taruffi into the second half of the race now. Rogerlaurent there. So it was Villoresi who went off. How is that going to affect him? He's still in a little group, but it's given Ascari chance to catch up. And I think quite a few of those guys in that pack have still got to pit. And that's one of the Ferraris. We can't see what one it is at the moment because the classification is going on, but
Ascari.
He has had to pit. And Ascari is out. You can hear Ascari is out. I think what he must have tried to go for the move on the Grafenried. It didn't work out and he's lost the wheel. And that's Ascari out of the race. I don't believe it. Well, this is another great classic race on this channel and really enjoying it once again as Ascari goes out of the race, but Villoresi is on damage limitation. This is opening the door for Piero Taruffi to have a really strong chance of defending his world championship in Monza. Yes, he'll still be behind, but if he's starting at the front and Villoresi and Ascari are in the midfield, Taruffi is going to have an amazing opportunity. He is miles clear at the front. He is really pulling out well. Rogerlaurent in second. He's having a great race. Villoresi in third. Transignon fourth. Bayra in fifth place. That is the top 5 at the moment. And then Peter Collins running 6th in the outer, so he's having a great race as well. Fisher there, and I think there's how many runners are left? I can't quite tell. We just looked through the top 10 now. We've gone back to the front runners. And Taruffi has had to make a pit stop. So has Rogerlaurent. So will he get through before Villoresi comes around here? Villoresi is miles behind, look. But Taruffi emerges in the lead. He pitted in the lead. He's still in the lead. So great news to Piero Taruffi. This is looking more and more sure for him. While everyone else has had chaos, Piero Taruffi has had perfection. This is his best driver of the season, right when he needed it. Absolutely fantastic. Villoresi, though, he is pitting and he is taking a very long time. Is he going to be able to continue? No. We'll see. Collins is coming through. And Collins, I think he's stuck in gear, but at the moment he's going past Villoresi, and Peter Collins in the outer is into the top 5, into the points at the moment. Manzon stuck behind. Is that Thompson? He's stuck behind. Piero is in fourth. Laurent is in third. Transignon in second. Taruffi in first. So the race has had so many different shuffles here today, but it looks like it might finally be setting down with Piero Taruffi leading Maurice Transignon. Rogerlaurent looks like he's going to be reclaiming his early season podium form, so really good from him. Jean-Pierre in fourth, and look, Villoresi has caught Collins already. Collins is struggling round, missing a gear, and Villoresi goes through back into the points, but his race has certainly been compromised. It'll only be 2 points, assuming he finishes there, which will close the gap on Alberto Ascari into 2 points at the top of the Drivers' Championship. But Ascari, a second place at Monza, would do it regardless of where anybody else finishes. Although he's not going to be starting in second, of course, he could be starting a long way back. Here comes Piero Taruffi. He is going across the line. And Piero Taruffi is victorious in Zandvoort. And from how much is made about Ascari and Villoresi, Piero Taruffi is now only 4 behind Ascari, 2 behind Villoresi. The world champion has dragged his way back into the fight, and he is going to have a chance going into Monza. This is absolutely remarkable from Piero Taruffi, and he's done a super job. So we shall see now a freeway Ferrari fight at Monza. Manzon didn't score any points, and therefore he needed to be at least third to stay in the title battle as things panned out. So Manzon drops out of it, so it is now 3 cars mathematically who could do it in Monza. And Taruffi has got to finish a very minimum of second place, otherwise he wouldn't be able to pass Ascari. But he's going to be starting on pole, so the best possible scenario for Piero Taruffi at the start of the Monza race. Looking forward to that one. This is going to be an epic championship showdown. We've had a fantastic Dutch Grand Prix. If you have enjoyed this, please do like and subscribe, because there's plenty more to come. So Piero Taruffi keeps it neat, keeps it tidy, and takes the victory in the Dutch Grand Prix just what he needed at such a crucial point in the championship as it stretches towards its conclusion. Mauricetrintignant, he finished second. I think that's his best result of the season in the simcagordini. So great performance from Trintignant today. Rogerlaurent third for Ferrari. Jean Piero fourth, and Luigi Villoresi picks up a couple of points, which will just keep him a couple of points ahead of Taruffi, and 2 behind Ascari. So Villoresi does finish fifth. Could have been much better for Villoresi today, but just couldn't make the most of his opportunities. So let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship going into the final round in Monza. Ascari leads it still on 30, Villoresi on 28, Taruffi on 26, Manzon 19, Trintignant 14, Laurent 11, Farina 10, Beira 10, Fischer 9, Bonetto 2, and Ken Walton on 2. The Constructors' Championship, Ferrari 114, a long streets clear way ahead of simcagordini, who are on 43 points. Then it's Maserati on 2 and Fraser Nash on 2. Wow, what a race that was. We saw so much change through the course of that race. There was quite a bit of confusion as well, I think, because cars were spinning around when we had when the order comes up. You can't always see which car you are, and when they're all pretty identical, like in the 1950s, it's so hard to tell. So so much confusion when we didn't actually know who was spinning off, and it took us a while to find out. But these are the results. Hope you've enjoyed this race. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Take care, and I'll see you soon.